a PC just so I can run some stuff, if not translate it to mine, because I get, like last night I was on the Ethernet here at the hotel, and it's all set up for PCs. So I got to call SBNC or whatever does this, and I said, what is it? And it's a quick setup. She goes, Max, you got to go into TCP and change this.
Sure.
But right. We're talking tech.
That's what we're going to talk about for 5 minutes anyway. Are we rolling?
Yes.
All right. Tim Allen, let's chat.
Tech.
So first of all, a beef. You and the elves up in the North Pole there, you're making the toys, you're making rocking horses, you're making toy soldiers. Kids today, they don't want that crap. They want fast computers. They want MP3 players, right? Am I right here?
Well, that was the traditional toy factory you saw. The North Pole has 7 big components to it. Traditional toys, children's toys, adult toys. They have the whole electronic component division. Is not as interesting visually, so we didn't shoot any of that in that. You got to see their component division.
So they got like a clean room where they're making the semiconductors.
They are so far ahead of you. They're now using nanotechnology in their computers at the North Pole. They got stuff that you can't even see yet. Holograms. They're using storage devices like this. Huge stuff at the North Pole. But the R&D up there is crazy.
So you're a Mac guy, huh?
Are you going to come after me or something right now?
No. I'm not going to throw any missiles at you for that.
All right. We use Macs on the movie. I mean, yes, I am a Mac guy.
Now, why are you such a staunch Mac guy and not PC?
Well, I like innovators. I think that Mac innovated. Certainly PCs have caught up. It's always catch up. They're maybe quicker. Maybe the chips are quicker with top speeds. But the interface is always, catching up to Apple, And I said, now, I haven't used Jaguar yet. I'm just installing it in my offices. And creatively, if you use digital stuff and you make all we are is a digital environment in my office, it really works better. I really am interested in some of the new PCs because of their speed range, and I'd like to try one because I'd like my kid to be able to be cross-platform because I think she'd probably be better off knowing both, but pick whatever one she wants. And I think the new generation of Macs, I believe, are getting so that they will listen and adapt themselves to anything, really.
It's funny, you said, I want my kids to be cross-platform. It's like people used to say, I want my kid to be bilingual.
Right.
I want the maid to speak Spanish to the kid. Now you're talking about growing the kid.
I think that what you guys are dealing with, I think it's all digital hubs is what it is. I think that it's moving. They're like dishwashers now. The computers can do one thing only, is store a whole bunch of data. But all our peripherals are starting to do so much more work, phones and PDAs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's funny, our show, The Screensavers on Tech TV, it's actually very much like your old show, Tool Time.
Right.
Except instead of talking about power tools, we're talking about computers to power users. You watch the show?
I watched the show, yeah, and I agree with you. But it needs an Al and Tim. You need more of a smart guy blowing stuff up. And to me, always, and I do this. I make this joke all the time that no one's ever hot rodding computers. There should be a company that because I make hot rods and we do car stuff all the time. I'd like a company that makes performance computers. Used to do that. Who used to do that? Make those real weird ones in the black boxes a long time ago.
That was a Steve Jobs company as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Next, I think they were.
Yeah,
called?
they make these high performance computers.
We do that on the show all the time. We modify computers. Soup them up just like you would a car.
That's my brother. My brother does this in his basement. Hot swaps hard drives. This is really fun stuff. What does that mean? Well, you're not supposed to do it, so I do it all the time.
But you ever do that kind of stuff? It's a little bit more tricky to do that on the Macintosh than it is on the PC.
I've never opened the thing up, But my new guy that I talked to at Apple says the big machines, the mainframes they call them, the floor units are pretty easy to swap things around. You can really mess around with them, but it's not something. Cars are still my deal.
So you got a guy at Apple. You got people on the inside up there.
Well, they will die if they say anything. I swear, I've never had. It's like the CIA there. You go, well, I can't really tell you what exactly it would be. I got to guess, and I'm a buddy. And I said, you can tell me. I'm not going to tell anybody, but here I am telling you.
Now, did you become a buddy? How did you become friends with people at Apple? Was it after you became famous, or you were?
Well, I did a movie for Pixar, Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 1, and then Pixar's owned by Apple. And I ended up one day mentioning to John Lasseter, the director at Pixar, that I'm a huge Apple fan, and I'd like to meet Stephen Jobs. And he said, done deal. We went and met. Both shared a lot of stuff in common. Of course, he's a different kind of guy because he's a guy. As he said, I did one thing in my life, and I invented these. Look what happened. I said, yeah, this is quite something to have invented. And he's a pretty good. He's a really genuine guy, and he's a geek. I mean, he's a computer guy, but he's a visionary too. And it was a real honor to meet the guy, especially because I'm a fan of the computer.
Well, let me just say in closing here, this film, Santa Claus 2, gives hope to all my big, fat, computer nerd, bearded friends that they too can end up with a beautiful woman.
That's why we did it.
Well, Tim Allen, thanks very much, and email me, all right?
All right.